Hey everybody, Kwarter here, and today we're doing the first episode of Let's Go Retro. Today we're going to be looking at F-Zero, so let's get a little intro to the game and then we'll jump into it. F-Zero was released for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System November 21st, 1990 in Japan. The US release date wasn't until about a year later, August 23rd, 1991. And Europeans didn't get the game until June 4th, 1992. The game was in development for about 15 months, and it received an E rating from the ESRB. Nintendo EAD developed it, which stands for Entertainment Analysis and Development, and it was also published by Nintendo. F-Zero is a futuristic racing game where pilots race inside plasma-powered hovercars in an intergalactic Grand Prix at speeds exceeding 500 km per hour, which is around 1,118 miles per hour. There are 4 F-Zero characters that have their own selectable vehicles, along with their unique performance abilities. The objective of the game is to beat opponents to the finish line while avoiding hazards such as slip zones and magnets that pull the vehicle off-center in an effort to make the player damage their vehicle or fall completely off the track. F-Zero is set in the year 2560, when humanity's multiple encounters with alien life forms have resulted in the expansion of Earth's social framework. The characters that are playable in this game are Captain Falcon, Dr. Stewart, and Pico, and Samurai Goro. The game received a 7.5 from IGN and an 8 from GameSpot. IGN covered both the original release and the Wii Virtual Console, and GameSpot did a review of the Virtual Console. This game sold over 1 million copies. Now let's get into the game. Alright, so there was our intro to the game, so let's go ahead and start. I had to lower the sound. This is my 3rd time recording this. I had to lower the sound a ton. The first 2 times I tried with that car, we're going to try with this one. The Fire Stingray. Because hopefully it has better than the Blue Falcon. So we'll see how this goes. So the first 2 times I tried to record this, it was too quiet, you couldn't hear me, which is a bad thing. But hopefully you can this time, because I'm not going to do it a 4th time. Alright, today we're going to... This car is pretty nice. It's good handling it. That'll come in handy later. What was he going to say? Nice hairpin turn at full speed. Let's see. Okay, I was going to say, I bought Pokemon Emerald and... What did I do? Bought Pokemon Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby, Generation 3. All those are Generation 3. Because my friend has Emerald and we're going to choose Pokemon, and I figured why not just buy all 3, because it was like $20 on eBay for all 3 of them. So I got them, and we're going to trade Pokemon, and it's going to be awesome, and I might do some videos on that, if you guys want to see it. I also, my capture card is in the mail. It will hopefully get here pretty soon, and I'll be able to record other things besides computer-related, like Minecraft or emulators and stuff. Actual game cartridges, like, one Game Boy game I want to do is Yoshi's Island Super Mario Advance 3, which is the Game Boy Advance port of Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. And I'm going to do 100% gameplay of that, so if you want to see like a walkthrough of sorts, then yeah, you should check that out when I post it. So subscribe if you want to be notified of when that gets uploaded. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I don't post videos very frequently because I have school and a job, both of those meaning I can't record, I don't have a ton of time to record, and when I do have time, usually it's hanging out with friends because that's more important than this, because this is just a hobby and real people are more important than digital people. Sorry, that's just how it is. I know you guys are real people too, but, you know, I know people in real life and I hang out with real people and stuff like that, and I also just, you know, need to take breaks sometimes, so I'll, like, play, Call of Duty or something like that, Halo, one of those. I don't have anything against Battlefield, I just don't own it, so don't hate me for that. I'm reading your minds, just seeing what you're going to comment. If you'd like to see a different gameplay, you have you want to see somebody play at it, then go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I'll check it out and see if it's awesome. And tell me if you like the little intro thing, like the little, oh, I love this song, the little intro for the video where I talk about the game and the background and all that. Let me know if you want me to keep that, because if you don't, it's totally okay with me. I don't have to do a couple hours of research and then edit it in. So, if you want to see that, let me know. And that covers what I had to talk about. So let's just enjoy the music for a minute. It's kind of annoying that when you hit something, it like pinballs you into the wall. And if you're in a narrow straightaway or something, it can be disastrous. I don't understand how this gray stuff slows you down though if you're flying above the road. Like you're floating. Honestly, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Noise coming up, so we'll go ahead and use our boost. I guess I should explain the HUD, because I haven't done that yet. Power at the top right is how much damage you can take before your car explodes. And that's probably going to happen at least once. Rank and speed are pretty self-explanatory as well as the map. Top left, I believe, is your score. The safe, and then the number is how many positions you are above elimination. The 2 at the bottom is how many lives you have left. When that reaches 0, you have to restart the circuit, I believe. I've never gotten to 0, so... The S's are your boost. If you saw earlier, I used one. Just use one now. You drive over this, it refills your power, so it's very helpful if you crash a lot, which I do. And I think that covers the HUD. So, let's talk about bricks. Because bricks are awesome. Not really, bricks are good bricks. I just blew up a car, because that's how I roll. And back in second. And bricks, you know, they're bricks. You can throw them at people. I actually did see, this is probably like that subconscious. You know, like how you can say something, you think it's random, but it's just really buried in your subconscious somewhere, that your subconscious is like, oh yeah, I saw this the other day, so here we go. I think it was like, maybe a week ago, I saw a picture, it was like, it was like a comic that I saw on the internet, and this guy, like, in the first frame, is just this guy sitting in a chair reading a book or something, and then, like, a brick crashes through the window, and, he, like, scared, you know, he picks up the brick, and it says, need window repair, and it, like, has a number on it, and I just thought that was pretty funny. But I think that's where the brick came from. We're not actually going to talk about bricks, because bricks, they have no qualities. It's a brick. But they're fun, apparently. According to Phineas and Ferb, bricks are fun. Phineas and Ferb is an awesome show. If you haven't seen that, you should go watch it. Because you can. And after this, I am going back to doing pre-calculus. It'll be fun. Anyway, let's not talk about my personal life, because that's lame, and nobody enjoys listening to that. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to hear somebody complain about doing pre-calculus? I wouldn't enjoy that. But you guys will have to let me know, really, about the intro thing, because I really want some feedback on that. Like, if you have some suggestions on how to improve it, go ahead, and I'll see what I can do as far as implementing those changes. But, I have a couple games lined up, going back to an earlier topic, because that's what I do. My brain goes all over the place, you just have to deal with it. Stop saying it's so bad. I need to stop doing that. Just to fill spaces, I just say and it's terrible. Terrible. So now I'm off topic. My train of thought has been, like, derailed and, like, smashed. Oh yes, I have a couple games lined up that I'd like to play once I get my capture card. 2 GameCube games, at least. 1 is probably my favorite GameCube game, if not the favorite. One of my favorites, if not the favorite. And then another one that I got with my GameCube, and a really fun game that quite a few people play, I'm sure, but I mean, quite a few people play. If it's a game, I mean, most people play it. Even if it's like one of those crappy, like, ports off of a movie or something. Yeah, you know those games, like the Finding Nemo game. Something like that. I mean, like, okay, let's talk about those, because I don't have anything else to talk about. Stop saying, oh my goodness. I'm trying to catch myself when I do that now. I'm talking about movie ports. Okay, so, let's take, for example, what just came out recently? I think they made an Avengers game, but it really doesn't matter what game it is. Like, if there's a movie and they make a game off of it, 99.5% of the time, it's terrible. Just, like terrible. And there's an explanation for that, and if you want to hear it, then keep listening. And if you just want to watch F-Zero, then, like, mute the commentary for a second, or something. I don't know. Do whatever you want. It's your video, it's your time, and you're using it watching this, and I appreciate it. But anyway, why they're so terrible is okay, so imagine you're director of a movie, or the producers of the movie, because they care about the money a lot more, probably. So you make this movie, it's really successful. We're gonna take the Avengers, because I think they made a game out of it. But you make this movie, it's really successful, and you have this huge fan base now. And you want to capitalize on that fan base by making something else that'll get you money. So you throw together a game really quick. I hate this map. You throw a game together real quickly, and you call it good, and it's a terrible game. Because, I mean, you just rushed it out the door just to make profit, and that's all. Why I hate this map is because, like, there's gravity, so it, like, pulls you to either side of the track, which is super irritating. I have no idea how many times I died last playthrough. Anyway, so they just rush the game out the door, you know, expecting that it'll sell well. And I'd say most of the time it usually does. People are not very wise in checking out reviews or anything for games before they buy them. So that's one way that's one reason why they're not very good generally, is just because they rush them out the door. When they do actually put some time into them, and like actually try to make it a game just like with the theme of the movie, that's when you get a good movie port. Because then they'll actually have spent time, like they'll hire like a good game developer to make a game off the movie, and it ends up actually being half decent. Because they're not just, they're still trying to rush it out the door for a profit. I mean, anybody who makes a game wants a profit. I mean, that's just how it works. But they're not solely trying to, like, if they actually care about making a good game, then they will hire someone that actually wants to make a game that is good, and they won't release it until it's good, which is the most important. And now that I ran into that, I just had a talk in a second. I thought I was ready. Stop running. Final lap. Awesome. Okay, we only got one lap. We're doing pretty good. I like this car a lot better than the Blue Falcon. Even though the Blue Falcon is like traditional F-Zero. No! Dang it. That's gonna suck. Okay, I had to top it. Dang it. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about how to make a good game. That's what I was going to talk about. So we got one more track, so I think we'll be able to talk about it a little bit here. So let's go ahead and dive right into that. Silence! Okay, to make a good game, you have to make it, like, it has to be a good concept, first of all. I mean, you can't just make a game and just be like, this is a game. It's good. Buy it. Has to be like this, like a concept that's interesting. Like this is the first like racing game that was introduced. Either it has to be original or it has to be a really good twist on something old, or like a sequel to a really popular one. I mean, Super Mario Galaxy 2 isn't exactly an original game, but it still did really well because it was a sequel to an already popular game. The first game kind of made it wasn't original. I mean, there have been other games, but there have been other games where they used space mechanics, I'm sure. I'm not saying they were the first ones to do it, but oh my goodness, I'm hitting like every wall. I am saying that because they did it well, really well, because they're Nintendo and when they make a game they do it well. Because they made it well, it sold better than if they just made a crappy game with the same concept. That's what I hate when I see a game has like an amazing like original concept or something like that, but then it just sucks, which it like breaks my heart. Like I want to cry. I'm gonna die. Yeah, I gotta concentrate. But like it like hurts my soul. Oh, I'm totally gonna die. Oh man. Oh, we're so close to dying. Okay, anyway, we're not gonna go MLG this time. Great! Yeah. Anyway, to make a good game, you have to make you have to have an original concept or an old concept with a new twist, and you have to do it well. The main thing that kills a game is controls. I've seen so many Wii games like crash and burn because they had atrocious controls that are like like when the Wii first came out, they just tried to implement motion controls in everything, even if it didn't make sense to have it there. Like it was just like they tried to jam motion controls into everything, even games that weren't like they ported GameCube games and tried to add motion controls, and some of them worked, like the Pikmin ports, because that was Nintendo, and they do, as I said before, they do really well. Adding motion controls and stuff because it's their system. Nintendo isn't great at doing third-party games or like hosting third-party games because they know. I mean, obviously because they made it, they know their software better than anyone else, and that makes it harder for other people to make something because they don't know it quite as well as Nintendo. I mean, that's an obvious disadvantage to other designers, but I mean, there's some companies that have pulled off the motion controls really well. But yeah, controls is one of the main things that'll bring your game down if you have terrible control. Terrible camera will kill it too. It doesn't matter if you have good controls if you have a camera that like follows the character through a wall or something like that. The important thing is beta testing your game. If you beta test it, then you're pretty much set because you can find out any problems. Like, if you play it just like somebody playing it, like if you hire people to play it that just would play it, they'll play it like anybody else will play it, and then you can be like, oh look, they can exploit this on this level or do this over here and jump over here and get this. You're not supposed to do that, and then they can fix it. But if you don't beta test it, then the players find that out, and then you have to do post updates. That's a big mess. So beta test your game. Good controls, good concepts. Those are the three main parts. If you got that down, you're pretty much set, but there are a few things. I don't know why I'm talking about this. This is just fun to talk about. If you wanna make it even like more of an incentive, maybe add optional DLC, but not pay to win. If you add pay to win, nobody will like it. That's just how it is. So you make something. If you have something, for example, if you had like a shooter game, I'm just gonna use shooter just because I can't think of anything else. And you're like, if you buy this, you get like a bullet resistant vest that makes incoming damage, or halves incoming damage. Then you have a massive advantage over everybody else, and nobody wants to play. So don't do pay to win, please. Nobody likes that. If you're gonna do DLC, just do like new maps or something, because that's a lot better. And we're checking out our score too. So that's pretty much it with my. Oh, and add multiplayer, something like leaderboards or achievements, something for people to strive for. They like that too. Anyway, yeah, I said I'm in. Wow. Okay. But I don't know why I started talking about that. It's good filler content, because I didn't have anything else to talk about, so. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Let's Go Retro, and see you in the next episode, I suppose. This has been Kwarter, and I hope you enjoyed it.